Hi guys, Nicole here. Maybe a lot of you guys are not so familiar with the four forces acting on an aircraft. So what are the four forces acting on an aircraft in flight? We have here the thrust, drag, lift, weight, or gravity. For the thrust, which comes from the engines, the propeller or the jet engine, which pushes air backward with the object of causing a reaction or thrust in the forward direction. Drag, that tries to slow the airplane down and flights against those engines. Lift, it keeps the airplane in the air and it is holding it up the wings. Weight or gravity, it is the weight of the airplane and it is acting in the opposite direction, fighting against the lift that it is trying to pull the airplane down towards the ground. So what are the three axes of an aircraft? There are three axes of an aircraft which can move left and right, forward and backward, and up and down. For aviation, their technical names are lateral axis, longitudinal axis, and vertical axis. For the lateral axis, it is the pitch. For the vertical axis, it is the yaw. And for the longitudinal, it is the roll. For the pitch, it is where the aircraft moves either up or down and it is rotating around a horizontal axis. For the yaw, it is the axis of the vertical going through the center of the aircraft and when the aircraft are twisted. And lastly, the roll is another horizontal axis but down the length of the fuselage to roll to left and right. What is meant by aircraft altitude? It is measured using either sea level (MSL), a local ground level, or an above ground level (AGL). An absolute altitude is a vertical distance of an aircraft beyond the terrain above which is flying. This can be used or measured by using a radial altimeter, or they call it absolute altimeter. We have here the achievement factors which adversely affect lift. A load factor is traditionally measured as a g-force. When it comes to level flight, the lift and weight are balanced at the same time, so the load factor is 1, and if you increase the lift by adjusting it with the angle of attack by the wings and start to scale, clearly the lift is greater than the weight and because of the load factor is greater than 1. If the aircraft banks in a turn, there is a possibility that the load factor will increase because of the lift forces of the wings. Importance for crew members to be alert for abnormal aircraft. An abnormal situation is one in which the safety of the aircraft or the person on board or on the ground is endangered for any reason. Flight attendants must remain ready for a possible emergency situation by completing a silent review, listening to all PA announcement, and being ready to evacuate on the captain's command. If they hear the flight attendant's PA announcement, cabin crew will remain in their jump seat, conduct a silent review, and wait for a further instructions from the pilot. Recognize and report to flight crew members. Flight attendants are encouraged to report and give rise in any strange sound, smell, appearance, or vibration of the plane. Reports are very essential, especially in dealing with an actual abnormal situation. Cabin crews must report any concern on board. If they are explaining or reporting, it has to be clear and specific in order to recognize the location of the situation. That's it. Thank you guys for listening. Have a good one.